Start to arrange the sitting position. Take the support such a way. Keep your joints in a comfortable position and the knees slightly low or in line with your hip. So the support you are taking helping to keep your spine upright and able to maintain the broadened chest. Keep your head, neck, spine in one line. Maintain that lift. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Gently close your eyes. Observe the posture. After closing the eyes, see the posture is still in steady upright position. If there is any forward, backward movement, you can recognize and come into the center of the sit bone. And maintain the upright position. Aware of the breath, watch the inhalation, exhalation. Follow the breath. Steady position. Passive breath. Quiet mind. In that quiet state, let's invoke Sage Patanjali. Let's seek his blessings to guide us. Oh. 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 Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya chavaidhyakena yopakarotam pravaram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram shankhachakrasidharinam sahasrashirasam svetam pranamami patanjalim. Hari Om. Follow the breath, follow the inhalation, follow the exhalation. Exhale, release the arms. Open the eyes. Let's start with same Ujjayi, what we have been doing. One of the important aspect, in fact, not only in Ujjayi, when we are going into any different techniques, even whether you are doing pranayama or not, in fact, I would say everybody need to look into this aspect, which is when we are inhaling, exhaling, being aware of the length of the breath, length of inhalation, length of exhalation. One more thing, the depth, the volume of inhalation, exhalation. What is our lungs capacity? And when we do inhalation, exhalation, are we able to get into that full depth? Then comes the force, the effort we apply in order to inhale and exhale. Normal breathing. When we get that idea, so that's what we are going to apply when we are going into pranayama as well, when we are regulating the prana. Let's start to observe first. Arrange the sitting position. Take the support. So we are taking this blanket in order to, one thing, in order to free the joints. Other thing, the pressure we put on the shin bone, the upper shin bone to the bottom shin bone. And also it will help to sit upright for this prolonged time. So roll the blanket under the shin. So when we are rolling, the thickness you adjust according to your requirement. So as you roll and keep under the shin, the pressure is not there on your shin bone. And also the joints getting that space when you are sitting for 20-30 minutes or even 1 hour, you get that freedom in your joints. And also able to maintain this upright position. The other support, the pranayama pillow on your lap. Those who are online, in case if you don't have, you can use a blanket or rolled mat, also fine. You can keep on top of your lap. Rest your hands. Arrange your support. Take the arms back, roll the shoulders. From the side of the neck, the muscles releasing. From the top of the shoulder, releasing backward and downward. While doing it, see the frontal chest, the clavicle bone space is getting the lift and broadening. That's what we are doing it when the hands are going back. So with this support, what is the lift we are getting? When the hands you are taking up, you have to maintain that, not to let go. And move the elbows to the side of the rib cage. So the armpit chest space is not collapsing. Maintain that lift. Hands in chin mudra. Tip of the index finger touching tip of the thumb. First, let's start to observe the breath. Gently close your eyes. Bring the upper eyelids to lower eyelids, closing, and at the same time, aware the facial muscles are totally passive. Aware the posture is steady, upright. You are sitting at the center of the sit bone, the trunk neither falling forward or backward. After adjusting the posture, bring the attention to the breath. Start to watch, start to observe. You don't regulate straight away. Instead, follow the inhalation. After the inhalation, there is space, natural pause, aware of that gap. After that, exhalation. After exhalation also, natural pause, gap. Before inhalation. During inhalation, the space, the intercostal muscles, the diaphragm movement, be aware of it. Natural inhalation. So you are observing the inhalation at the same time, observing the chest movement, the bottom rib cage space movement. Give attention. Same way during exhalation. Still normal breathing. The moment you start to observe the breath lengthens naturally. Let it be. But you don't deliberately lengthen now. Watch. Observe. You continuously observe. You can able to see that subtle changes happening with the breath flow as well as the movement of your chest, rib cage, intercostal muscles, diaphragm, trunk. When we start to regulate, we are not going to keep adjusting the posture. Now we prepare, then when we regulate, it's all with the breath flow. Keep observing for a while. See that with that observation, there is certain rhythm, certain smoothness. Even though you are not regulating now, just this observation already making the effort less to inhale, to exhale. And slowly open the eyes. Release the mudra. When we are doing various asanas, what happens? The intercostal muscles, the rib cage, the muscles around that, getting that capacity to expand, open more. Because of that expansion, when we inhale, when we exhale, the respiratory system, the lungs capacity, not just because of the muscles, but because of the breath getting longer. And also the diaphragm space, which need to not only getting more expansion, also strengthened. That helps to improve the volume of our inhalation exhalation. What is this volume? The physical lungs capacity, the lungs, we can say structure, more or less similar. There may be a little bit of difference based on the practice, but the volume normally in the normal breathing, when we inhale, it's not up to its capacity. Short breath. Even with asana practice, still the breath can be shorter. That's why the pranayama is necessary, it is must. The capacity of the lungs, saying like 6 liters of the volume. But when we are normal inhalation, exhalation, it may be just like 500 ml or 1 liter, only around that volume. Not longer, not really utilizing the full capacity. And not only that, if the exhalation is shorter, the air residing in the lungs. So when we are inhaling and afterwards when we are exhaling, we are not really doing that completely. The air need to be constantly exchanged. But because the expansion capacity, the lungs capacity is not functioning well, so it's getting functioning in a very less, it based on its capacity, less capacity. So what do you have to do? Don't think of like, too many techniques. Just Ujjayi itself, making the breath longer, longer inhalation, longer exhalation itself will change its capacity. So because of that, the breath volume is very important. So when we are normal breathing also, when we are doing, be aware, look into that, the breath is not shortened. In fact, when we are going further to retention, kumbhaka, when you are breathing longer and holding, the capacity, the volume, the lungs capacity is very important. So that's also will be taken care when we are doing Ujjayi. So the preparation is done for that. So at the beginning, if you notice, shorter breath, less volume, more effort. Now through Ujjayi, the length of the breath increased, the volume increased, which is the depth. The effort should be reduced. So it's not because you are lengthening the volume, the effort should be more. So that's why the asana practice helps to make less effort. So now what we do, we focus only on the exhalation. Check these 3 things. Length of the exhalation. So already you know the normal exhalation, say 5, 6 counts. Now when you are doing exhalation, make it 8 to 9 counts. Don't make it very long. Make it slightly long. not only the length, and check that the movement when you are after inhalation, exhalation, that the lungs movement, be aware of it. The third one, the effort you put to make the exhalation longer. How to check? After you finish the exhalation, you go for normal breathing, the transition should be smooth. In normal breathing, when you observe after inhalation, there is a natural pause. After exhalation, there is a natural pause. Now, when you are lengthening the exhalation, still the natural pause should be there before go to normal inhalation. Okay, let's do one or two cycles first. Steady upright position, roll the shoulders, hands in mudra. Close your eyes, slightly lower the head down. So let your forehead descending down, the eyeballs resting, the facial muscles totally passive. Watch the breath. The breath getting into total passive state. After a few breaths, gradually make your exhalation longer. From your normal exhalation, now you are going into longer exhalation. For few breaths, it's about the length. Just adjust the length. At the beginning, if your normal exhalation is 6 counts, you increase to 7 counts. Then after a few breaths, increase to 8 counts. After a few breaths, increase to 9 counts. Because we are lengthening the exhalation, the inhalation naturally getting longer, but you don't do deliberately. After a few cycles, now check the depth of the overall breath, especially when you are exhaling, aware the changes, the chest, the intercostal muscles, the diaphragm. Observe that smoothness. If that is not smooth, reduce the length. Don't make it longer. Also be aware that effort to lengthen. After you finishing the exhalation, there is still natural pause. The inhalation should be smoother. No jerk, no discomfort. no heat sensation. After a few breaths, come to normal breathing. Stay in normal breathing. Just observe. Open the eyes. Release the mudra. Change the posture. Change the leg position. In case if you want to sit in Vajrasana or Virasana, also fine. But those who are sitting, still you have to go for a while after changing the legs. In Sukhasana. Okay, you got the idea of lengthening the exhalation. Now we are going to combine inhalation as well as the exhalation. In order to overall lengthen at the beginning stage, what you have to practice is called samavritti. So what is samavritti? If your inhalation is after lengthening, 8 counts. The exhalation also 8 counts. No, that's why the other day we were talking about how to count. It's very important because the whole pranayama is mathematics. The numbers, you need to give attention. It should not be done casually. Okay, today I feel good. Make it very long. Today, I'm not feeling like, that energetic. Just do inhalation, exhalation. It cannot be like that. And also, don't force yourself to make it longer. You just go with what is your capacity. That's why this observation, Ujjayi observation, helps a lot to know our capacity. Not only that, which is longer. Is it inhalation is longer, exhalation is longer? If there is too much difference in normal breathing, say your inhalation is 5 counts, normal exhalation is 10 counts, which is also imbalance. But which is in a way fine because we eventually want to make our exhalation is longer. But if your inhalation is longer, say 10 counts, exhalation is shorter, 5 counts, which need to be addressed. It should not continue for a long time. We need to see why it is happening. So the initial practice, samavritti practice, will help a lot. Say in case there is a lot of difference, your normal inhalation is 5 counts. When you are lengthening, you lengthen to 8 counts. Then when you are exhaling, if you can go even 12, 13, 14 counts, there's a lot of difference, right? So what we have to do? Inhalation, 8 counts after lengthening. Deliberately. Exhalation also bring to that, even though you may have a capacity to make it longer, but still reduce to 8 to 10 counts. Don't make it longer. That's samavritti. In fact, the ratio goes when we are going for retention, the similar amount. 8 counts of inhalation, 8 counts of inner retention, 8 counts of exhalation, then 8 counts of outer retention. And we are not going to do now. When we are ready, when we are going into that practice, this is also one technique. So let's start with less, like if don't make it longer straight away at the beginning. If your normal inhalation is 6 counts, increase to only 8, 9. Then same way, exhalation, 9 counts. While doing it, again check. These all three you are able to observe, because we are talking about the length. Not only the length, see the volume, the depth of it, and also the effort should reduce. Check that also. Steady position. Roll the shoulders back. Hands on the lap. Chin mudra. Lower the head down. Those who can go to Jalandhara Bandha as well. Close your eyes. First observe the posture, steady, upright, centered. You are sitting in a balanced way. Start to observe the breath. Follow the inhalation. Follow the exhalation. Now, after the last inhalation, exhale. This is to empty the lungs, release the breath. After the exhalation, slowly inhale. After the inhalation, slowly exhale. Longer exhalation. After the exhalation, come to normal breathing. We go only one time. Lengthening the inhalation, lengthening the exhalation. Then normal breathing, wait for a while. So each time we look into different aspect. First, it's about length. We have to fix the length first. It may take few cycles. Then afterwards, we look into the depth and the force. Again, after the last inhalation, exhale, empty the lungs. After the exhalation, slowly inhale, steady, long inhalation, aware of the length. After the inhalation, slowly exhale, smooth, steady, controlled exhalation. Aware of the length. After the exhalation, normal breath. See, the whole transition is smooth. Few cycles, do yourself, same way. So aware if the length, what you are already getting during inhalation, see that exhalation also same duration. Few cycles, do yourself. After a few cycles, now weigh both the depth, the volume, as well as the force you apply. By observing your clavicle bone space, your ribcage movement, your diaphragm movement, to some extent, you can get the idea, the force you are applying. Also the transition. From exhalation to inhalation, inhalation to exhalation. After few cycles, come to normal breathing. Stay in normal breathing. Lift the head. Open the eyes. Release the mudra. In case if you are not aware, you are not able to understand the movement, because it is based on the breath flow, and it is touching the nostrils, passing through the windpipe. So the awareness with the breath flow, with that body movement, you are able to relate and understand the movement. When you find that, okay, you're not clear about it, like you can use the hands like we did yesterday, right? The palms you can take at the side. One more. The navel space just above with that head down. During the inhalation, aware of the movement. The muscle movement you have to see both ways. One, there is a forward-backward movement. The second one, there is a sideways movement, going outward, inward movement. So now for samavritti, just check. After the last inhalation, exhale. After the exhalation, slowly inhale. After the inhalation, slowly exhale. After the exhalation, normal breathing. In fact, if you carefully observe, there is one more direction, which is upward, downward also. Forward, backward, outward, inward, upward, downward. All these movements should be happening in a very smooth way. Smooth way in the sense, throughout the time you are regulating, there is no sense of putting the pressure or urgency. Definitely, the mind need to be attentive, calm, quiet. So let us explore few cycles, steady position, the same way. Take your hands not at the navel space, slightly above, more at that bottom of the diaphragm space. Head down, close your eyes, normal breathing. So you're going to go again samavritti, ujjayi. But awareness of all these three directions. See that you are able to get that smooth flow. After the last inhalation, exhale. This is to release the breath. After the exhalation, slowly inhale. After the inhalation, slowly exhale. After the exhalation, normal breathing. Wait for a while. Then start the next cycle. Few cycles do yourself. So see that the length, same amount, inhalation, exhalation. And the where you are touching the palms, the muscles, there is no any pressure, any tension, any shivering or trembling. Very smooth expansion. Even the contraction also, not completely contracting. Smooth and very controlled way, without effort. As I said, as we getting more cycles, the effort should not increase. If the effort is increasing, that means the force you are applying more to lengthen will make you tired. Then you wait, observe. You are checking the length, you are checking the force, you are checking the volume as well. After the last cycle, come to normal breathing. Stay there for a while. Release the hands. Lift the head. Open the eyes. So we don't need to really aim to do many cycles, one thing. Second, to make it longer, too long straight away. Instead, even this way, you just do like 8 to 10 cycles, but do many times. Not many times means, okay, first, it's about regularly doing, not only in the class, doing at home, morning time, ideally. So if you are already find the rhythm, do it in the evening time also. That's why I'm saying many times, not just one time. You can do it 2, 3 times. 5 to 10 minutes it will take, not more than that. And that observation, that regulation, first the observation bringing the clarity or understanding about what is your breath movement, the pattern, how it is functioning. Second, this ujjayi, this samavritti ujjayi, as you start to keep doing regularly, I was talking about the volume, right? The lungs capacity, the strengthening of the lungs as well as the diaphragm, the whole respiratory system muscles naturally increases. Naturally because of this regulation. What happens? Our lungs capacity after the age of 30, 35, it's shrinking, it is reducing. That's why the breath getting shortened. Pranayama helps. This samavritti pranayama, this ujjayi, even you don't do anything, just this one, making the inhalation, exhalation longer, gradually increase the number. That helps the effective lungs movement. You are able to maintain. Now, quite a lot of yoga practitioners stretching the muscle, but not really stretching the lungs. But that is not happening through asana practice, through pranayama practice. Okay. Let's keep continuing. You can lie down now. Those who are online also, if you want to sit continuously from there, those who are regularly practicing for meditation, you can do that. Otherwise, you lie down few minutes to relax. Shavasana. And it is important, the posture, the breath, as well as the mind. You have to get back to total passive state after finishing pranayama practice, especially when you do longer, 30, 40 minutes of pranayama. And Shavasana helps. Lie down for a few minutes. Relax completely. Let go after lying down as the legs are rolling out. Don't hold there. Relax the muscles. Watch the shoulders still releasing down after lying down. Arms rolling out. So as you are recovering here, don't lengthen the breath. Now you are not making any effort to make the breath longer. Instead, you are just observing after adjusting the posture, watching the breath, observing the inhalation, observing the exhalation. That helps to relax already. Letting go. The posture, breath, just be there. Maintaining that quiet, calm state. Aware of the changes with the posture, the breath, even the state of mind. Stay in that position until you recover fully. Take your own time to release. Thank you all. Namaste.